It's like, do they actually reach their peak? What do we get? Maybe 100 Thieves peaks better than some of the others, I don't know. Need to see more of their map pool. Okay, Fnatic on defense, Heretics on attack. Where does T1 stand? Bro, their peak's pretty high up.
Or Fnatic have a new vision on how to approach this map.
I hope they do.
I don't.
Yeah, I know you don't. I know you don't. You've already brought it up. We've only been in the game for 40 seconds.
Can't even buy an Odin yet.
Yeah.
T1's got some good maps. They're good on the maps that everyone likes to play. That's the main thing.
A little bit of a jump spot from Alpha.
Okay, so A control, they insert one over towards A and they hit over towards B with a lurker that's going to kill the rotates.
Quick switch of direction from the two players playing towards.
Pretty sure they've done this pistol quite a few times. Oh, they go back, they 4-pass and insert one over towards B and then go back as they realize that this guy's about to get wrecked. This is pretty cool. Yeah, does team manage to swing in time here?
The position taken by Chronicle good, but he's getting none of the kills until Minibu falls. It was Leo grabbing both of those, and he's up close, ready to finish off Benji Fishy with a wide.
I do worry that these two maps are very good for Fnatic.
Fantastic start for Fnatic. It's not only Leo who doesn't.
I think Fnatic would have been very happy that there's a Lotus here.
For Fnatic, beautiful start to their map, or to their opponent's map.
Yeah, no, a great start for them. I think, especially on this defensive side as well.
Whoa!
I do think that
So zoomed in.
This matchup is always going to be one that, even though it's competitive, even though it's exciting, it's just a little bit wholesome for me. Because I feel like this, for a lot of the players over on the Heretic side, will be sat there looking at this as like, okay, these were the players we wanted to be able to compete.
Okay, Eco and why does the Odin have no armor? We got an Odin no armor? That is heavy priority on the Odin right now. Fnatic have been doing a good job of mixing up who has the Odin, and they did this against Liquid and said that they didn't want them to have a read on Odin means that this person is tree, which means that these people are here.
Trophies, which no one had ever won 2 in a row before. They did that for the first time. They're looking to get back to that level. And yeah,
Heretics are qualified? Dude, everyone's qualified. There's 2 games today to find out who the last 2 teams are to qualify. And that's Foot and K-Corp and Crew and Lev.
Right-clicked. Like just
everyone else you see playing today is pretty much qualified.
Somehow through a wall as well.
Screw it, why not?
I don't think that's going to happen. You know, any weapon in the hands of Durka is a dangerous weapon. For Heretics, pistols all around. This is a round where they just try to get.
Yeah, and Boaster's allowed to go down here. He's the only one with Boaster? Bro, don't give me this indecision, Boaster.
Hasn't invested into shields with that bigger weapon, and he's the backup player for this site. Boaster has a bit of pressure on him to at least drop a player or 2, do the damage, make it easier for that spray that now will be through the smoke to get it done. Durka, no shields, and he's just running at them. That's one way.
No shields, runs it. Okay, so we get an armor rebuy, and this is going to be an armor buy, not a rebuy, because he didn't have any armor. The perfect rounds, good bonus coming in now.
We could be in for a truly terrifying series. But no, this is where they have the rifles. This is where they can start really getting things back on the board. Leo definitely closest to getting that ultimate online. The Nightfall,
30 seconds.
perfect for retake scenarios. But
it'd be pretty cool in this
incredibly slow starts.
match that's coming up after Shanghai if they want to just put a little Odin nerf in there. That'd be nice for us. Just a small one. A little fire rate, maybe some damage. Fix some walls. Maybe the heavy pen doesn't do as much damage. That'd be cool. Something like this.
Although saying that, it was taken.
All right, first big buy round.
Seems like for now, Heretics are more than happy to just wait patiently. Maybe expecting a little bit more aggression in this round because of a couple of slightly weaker weapons.
Yeah, you know, Fnatic have been stacking towards this side quite a bit. The rubble control early hasn't been there because
just buff it.
Test on range, in this case spamming.
Prowler goes out over towards A. They open door, they clear this. Question mark cleared over towards A. Rotate coming in. Alright, still to give him info on B. Dude, Fnatic are in a solid spot at the moment.
Only began a few seconds ago. At least Chronicle was able to make it here.
Ollie into the corner. Yeah. Holy, hold up. Dude, we might see an early timeout for Heretics.
No one else could make it through thanks to that utility setup in play. So now they go back. Heretics want the B site, and Boaster's here to defend it.
Nice shot from Rians. That will at least be an opener, but they have taken a nasty chunk of damage. on the way in.
Durka, you have nades.
Durka trying to deny them getting aggressive, but he's caught. He's attempted to spam, and because of that, he's lost his life. Woot is about to meet his counterpart, his doppelganger of Leo, but doesn't even see him coming.
And Woot isn't expecting this because he would have fought well. If someone was close, they would have traded Durka.
Finding one, turns on a dime, but doesn't manage to connect the second shot. And now Rian's with everything to do. Stun will come back online. Gives him a chance to try and isolate a couple of these fights, but both players looking to take this one together. They know exactly where he is. Looks to get the spike to half. In fact, Leo could have maybe just stuck that one. Tries to bait it.
Exactly, man. Heretics ended up doing okay damage, but it's still a lovely bonus for Fnatic. Could run away with this a little bit. And yesterday they got no good starts. Today, they actually get their good start.
Destroyed the pace that Heretics were going for. They managed to have a decent recovery. Very well could have been their round, but not expecting the second player sneaking up top. Early on, though, Fnatic, I see some danger signs if Heretics do up pace. I mean, B side is left a little open, but they can fight from the off angle in towards the broken door. It's the C site that's really in isolation. Alphair has to be able to slow them down as they push through. This time he had the rotation of Chronicle to help out. As we said, the snake bite was there. The poison orb had already been put down. But in rounds where Heretics make that switch of sights that little bit quicker, there could be challenges, could be problems. For Fnatic, they adjust, they take A rubble control early. Now they're ready to fight on B.
Look at that util dump. They do not want anyone to follow that duelist up.
And now they're basically blocked out.
That's not really a good way for them to go other than trying to retreat all the way back. And
they got to do some damage here. They got to do some
towards that B site.
Money damage.
You're going to be able to close down the gaps, and you can see again where Fnatic are playing from, already reclaiming a lot of the control that they gave up in the early stages of the round to turn things.
Why is Durka Odining? I mean, it's just unreal on this map.
That only has a singular player on it.
Like, why wouldn't you?
It's Alpha, yeah, which again, if he's in form, sometimes that can be worse than anywhere else. For now, it's just going to be about orb control for Heretics. Trying to retrieve whatever they can. Blue did manage to get an orb.
He's fast rotate a lot of the time. They don't need to push aggro over towards A. They can just spam.
Fnatic are more than happy to just sit back and just spam bullets through. They saw the spike drop. So
Maya Lassin, thank you so much for the prime. Thank you for that, dude. Appreciate it. Welcome into the Slug Club. Thank you.
Giving Boaster an opportunity to grab some Leo, who's rotated.
Is there a specific reason to have the Odin on raise? They said they were doing it the other day to make their rounds look less predictable.
Only the first for Team Heretics, though. Still 4 players to drop and one.
Obviously, they've shown a lot of demos where it will be like Leo or Alpha or someone just Odining from here. Chronicle sometimes as well. So it's decided to mix it up. Boaster as well. And they're just making sure that pretty much all 5 of them, when you watch a demo, have had an Odin at one point, so you have no idea who's playing where once you hear the spam.
Fantastic map for them. I'll be honest, when I saw the veto, I thought that maybe we'd see Heretics actually pick.
Fnatic with a good start for once, yeah, that's kind of scary.
Rather than the other way around.
The Boaster looks a lot better today, which is a good sign as well. He was looking, I mean, he was really sick yesterday for sure.
Very close game. That was at the beginning of the season.
Because now we get Chronicle over towards here, and it's like, is this Durka spamming? Is this Boaster spamming? Like, who's spamming this? What's the setup right now? Who knows?
Look how far up Durka is already. It's a complete change of pace. Chronicle's now the one with the Odin, but he's already low.
Not an easy fight to take, especially when Wood's spamming back on the other side.
Oh, I'm surprised he just. I'm surprised he stays strong with this one. They actually get over towards the site, and I mean, it's pretty short. They're not going to get anything from it other than the plant itself. A little bit of space. Got to keep an eye on the Rays going behind. One satchel over the trip, and he's looking for another trip. Might be able to satchel this as well.
There is a player towards the broken door, Benji Fishy, sitting down waiting for the re-aggression.
He's worried that someone's close. Okay, he just breaks it. They just tether breach damage?
Now they know his position, but Durka's steps are heard. The nade used, it might push him out into the open, into a wide angle, but Benji's able to win the fight nonetheless. And this is a much better face from Team Heretics. When the rifles come back out, the wins are found. Leo grabbing one. I'm not even sure if that's a echo location or just a wild spray, but either way, fair play to him.
Yeah, 2 people go down, but it's still nice from Heretics. The replay guy's goated, so we'll see what happens.
I think Chronicle might feel a little bit hard.
Might even get to see the tether get thrown as well. I know.
then even just, I like the way they're using all of the utility.
Okay, yeah, we just see it from his POV. Hey, that's nice, man.
Making sure that you can get the plant with no problems.
That was really cool. The fact that the Tether literally just goes behind the box, so it has like a range limit on it. That was sick, dude. Right, Tether literally lands here, so it connects with this guy, but then you're stuck in this area. Can't get anywhere back, and then you just tank the damage.
They do, yeah. Plenty of credits in the
Pretty
bank.
cool.
Even for the next round, some of these players will be able to buy up. Ults are coming online as well. So is Boaster. Right
Boy,
up top,
he
but
was
Caught.
not on
Shot
top of
move
the fact
gets
that
a
this
little ahead of where
TP
they
was
were
here,
ready
yeah.
for. And Fnatic, you know, we saw this in, I think, round 3, round 4, where they
Now
went
Duck
pretty
is
aggressive
spamming.
around Rubble. It got them a lot of control. It allowed the early rotates, and ultimately, you could argue, won them the round on the C site. But now, completely different result to be, or rather, it was a B side push when they had pushed up on Rubble.
Lacano, thank you so much, man, with the 23 months.
Lose Boaster.
Thank you for that, bro.
Down to 56 HP and 0 information on that defensive side as to where this push could be coming in.
Leaked, yeah. Leak the activity feeds.
Makes things a little bit more awkward.
Dude, we didn't use that for a whole year.
Is being
But now the chat's actually too much. I can't keep up.
Going to try and put the pressure on. He has no support, and they know that. The neural theft gave them every single piece of information they ever could have desired. Now, Alpha's pulled off miracles from here before.
Alpha, yeah. Alpha, that is really bold, man.
Trying to rotate in time. Leo doesn't quite manage to land the shots. In fact, it's Durka.
Hold up, the nade's pretty decent as well. This is a 2v5. Yeah, at its peak.
And now it's very much
They got 30 seconds to try plant.
Heretics have Rien's on
They
low
just
HP,
got an
the
open
spikes
door
still
at
to be
least,
planted,
right?
Tom. If I was to favor anyone here, it might be Fnatic. But Heretics have got Benji snuck in to that corner.
Hey, Benji.
He hasn't. That will be a free kill. The second player, I think
Whoa.
Benji had an idea, but the timing is terrible. Chronicle pit online.
Com should come in with the 29 HP.
How low Rien's is, perhaps 29 HP, and I think Rien saw him go in the corner.
So yeah, solid reposition, but it's a nightmare for Heretics. Got a reset of money. These two get wrecked. These guys can all buy, but
we need a replay of what Durka just did. Those 2 kills
yeah,
so quickly.
It's a brutal way to lose it, man.
That one's got a sting, though.
It wasn't like a 2v5 of like a pause, though, if that makes sense. It's like a 2v5 of chaos. So it's not like they had time to get into good positions and then they messed up. It was more just still trying to get the plant down.
And then connects onto a second player, waiting for them here, and it still just doesn't go their way.
Whoa!
Oh,
whoa, man!
Okay.
Bro, this gun is too strong, dude. That's stupid.
I'm not even sure how he reacted to the first person dying so quickly to transfer. That was so quick. I think Durka's found a new favorite.
Where's Nilzinho?
Couldn't do that with a Vandal.
Yeah, even Weber's like, where the hell's this guy gone?
It seems like we have ourselves a technical pause.
It was like Pansy
I did notice that Neil wasn't even in the room.
Yeah.
I saw that replay, so
Had enough.
Maybe it's something to do with him. I don't know. We just see Weber on his own looking frustrated, which is definitely a little more interesting. Luckily, in this scenario, the coaches wouldn't be able to talk anyway.
All got their pajamas? What the?
In your pajamas going to bed. What's going on?
Oh, 4-round gap, man. I mean, for Heretics, I'm surprised when we went to the player camps there.
Lynch_G, thank you so much for the 3 months.
Smiling ear to ear. Sounds like he's heard a good inside joke.
What even is
That's
this?
the thing. There was something I was confident about going into the season was that Benji was always going to be great for the vibes. Like, whether he was good, the player he is right now, I didn't expect. I didn't expect him to be as good as he's been.
Not.
You look at the match yesterday versus Foot, he was genuinely unbelievable. But he was always going to be someone that was able to bring up the vibe. At the
Neil subbing in? Bro, I hope
about
not, for their sake.
in a lot of these scenarios,
I could handle Weber
maybe someone's having a
subbing in, not Neil.
rough game, like Miniboo currently quiet, Woot a bit quiet as well. It doesn't worry me because they have those players that are able to turn them back. It's also funny then when you compare to Boo as well, because Boo is just this cold, calculated. Well, here we go. Is this man phased?
He looked up at you, Tom.
Nothing phased about it. Yeah, he could, somehow he can't hear me. He could just think.
You max out my bitrate? I'm pretty sure it is maxed right now.
I think so. I think so. His demeanor is disturbing.
I think we're on 9,000 or something.
Win or lose, clutch or get stomped, get around, taken off you 2v5. He will have the exact same look on his face.
Well, that was the thing. I got to film with him in
I think that's the most that I think that's the most that Twitch can do. I can't remember.
And he goes, no. And then Boo goes, I want to win. Like, it's just, this guy is a competitor
So,
through and through.
like
It
we
just
said,
maybe
there's two
doesn't
people that
show
get
as
wrecked
much as
money-wise.
some other people on the
And,
team.
okay.
Nonetheless, well, it seems like maybe Neil has found his way back into the chair. Because otherwise them calling a pause is a little bit interesting.
Maybe they're trying to find Neil. He's hiding somewhere in the room. It's a fun mini game. Keep the vibes up, you know?
See, I feel like it would have worked better if it was Where's Woot.
Ivy, dude, you're asking the wrong person. You gotta Google that stuff.
The same.
No one's seen Neil.
There, he's back.
Hey, we found him. We won the game. Unlucky. He doesn't look too happy. 5-1 down. You wouldn't be. This is Heretics map pick. Attack side. They need to warm up into it.
Why do I watch the stream on YouTube and not Twitch? It just looks nicer. I mix it up, to be honest.
At this point, it could be 12-0. I still won't give up on them. Heretics need to earn that accolade, though.
No, I think
when I go to Twitch sometimes, I look at the mini-map and I'm like, hold up, what's going on here?
But no, I think, especially the manner in which they lost that last round, like losing a 2v5, one to just an Odin getting a double kill, but then also the way the 2v1 was played, it looked like Benji was caught a little bit out of position. There wasn't really any opportunity for trades. So I think it's probably just like getting
Fnatic just hitting shots. I do think that Fnatic's like individual form feels so. Again, I'm not saying it's at their peak like it used to be when it was like Tokyo and stuff like that, but their individual form in comparison to honestly even just like a month ago, under a month ago, looks way better. I still think some of their stuff is like heavily off, but
for Fnatic, everything is going right, and they've caught Boo. An ambitious play, I'll call it that, to go straight into the spawn to stick the TP.
And that Molly did so much damage. Whoa! Bro, did Chronicle not have his gun out? Did he just have util?
I never worry about it.
So they forced into this. It's a giant round. Benji has an op now. And he is just holding the waterfall angle, and he has to commit because of the smoke here, so he really got to hit that shot.
Heretics fighting from a deficit, not in a bad spot now.
And he does.
As much as I love the Odin, these players are well aware what they're facing against. A rocket that works out. Durka taking down Mini Boo, and both players remaining are low. The nade's back online, and it's perfectly positioned. React12 has to run, and Durka catches him with a headshot. Benji Fishy though, they know this op is in play, and they've nothing to deny it. They have to face him in open combat. 61 HP.
Benji.
Shot down to 33.
Damn, bro. Give this guy an op. Respect. He hit the important shot over towards Boaster as well. 3. Nice movement. Dude, Benji's great, man. Benji's just great.
That's really interesting, but when it's Benji, I just don't feel like you can even worry at this point. This guy is so good in scenarios when he's needed. That clutch capability, even baits in Boaster almost.
How the hell is that a kill?
Seconds after he manages to land the shot. And then just clinical with isolating the jewels, knowing the timing of when he needed to peek for that counter to already be gone.
He really saves him in that one. Like, he really saves them. That was probably the difference between, like, our insanely one-sided half and now potentially a close half, because this would have been an eco for Heretics, but now Fnatic have the eco, so they have a chance to get their money up. Like, that was the most impactful round we've had so far. Apart from, maybe the pistol third round, but...
I mean, the guy's already got 50 bullets left.
As in you slept on the Ares, or as in you slept on it and now you think it sucks again?
The words that I said, I slept on that perspective, and I no longer hold it. The gun is trash. Basically, I played it in ranked again and realized it's just terrible. So what you have to...
Maybe that's just...
Huh. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. As LMGs go, this thing might as well be a water pistol. He's already picked up Brienne's, though. Durka looking to make a fool of me, but he's caught out.
Chronicle with just the classic.
To be honest, in my opinion, stronger weapons, but that's neither here nor there.
I mean, they hear a classic. Are they tempted? The problem with hearing a classic here is you could actually think that he has like a shotgun.
And the entirety of the attacking squad ignoring these players, just moving into the B site where they'll find
Alpha.
The Marshal isn't the weapon for this fight, although a lot of these players are tagged.
Dude, a lot of these players are one shot right now. Literally 3 of them.
He's gonna go back to it, but now that they've seen that player, they rotate over to the C side where Heretics are finding a nice open plant and even picking up Chronicle along the way. Chances here pretty low, but Leo's recovered a rifle, and a lot of these players on Heretics have been tagged up. Don't think he'll go for it though.
Yeah, that's the thing, is whether or not he wants to just throw the rifle into the wind, and a lot of that damage maybe not necessarily confirmed. Already things being given up. And you can see this is more of the controlled aspect of Heretics that we've come to see. Very passive, even got some deep control towards the spawn, so they have their rotation out of there already.
Target, yeah, just heavy pen guns only.
If the remaining players on Fnatic, they can leave this site without too many problems saying that. He actually hit the tag onto Wu while doing the spam. But I think that Alpha, in the end, is just going to decide to die to the spike, and Leo will just hold on to the rifle.
Well, everything's gone according to plan in the late round for Fnatic, but not in the early. 5-3. Heretics starting to creep up on their scoreline bit by bit. This round there'll be a little bit more resistance though. Although a few ultis are online for them pretty soon. Fnatic coming
Right, man, change up Lotus again to stop the spam. Nah, it's just the gun, dudes. They just gotta change. They just gotta change this gun up.
More success than Booze, or even just stay in the bank.
Funny thing about that first fight is.
Alright, we see an aggro A, and money is relatively low again for Fnatic. So, the big round, we've got 4 people going aggro, 3 people in defense going aggro. No TP in this time. Whoa. Yeah, and maybe Durka here was too focused on the actual spam, because he was so confident when this flash went in that no one was going to step in front of the util, so he was trying to spam here. Shout out to Miniboo. I mean, he took a giant risk on this.
He was being tagged up heavy by that spray, so a big peek out of Miniboo to find that.
I would love to see his POV there. Did he dodge the Omen flash and... I mean, did he just dodge the Omen flash? I guess he did.
It seems to be the C site. Killjoy setup. Leo in the back lines, Chronicle on the quick rotation, Turret still holding B. And Heretics, I'm not sure if they're going to decide to open that door and move to the B side or angle it all
okay, it's the strat where they go in for the B pinch, double satchel over towards Waterfall. They've done this a lot, and Fnatic should be on this. This is the problem with set strats like this. It's the only time they ever use this smoke. So you see the smoke and you're like, well, I know they're sending this guy in. They tried it 3 times, including this one. Won once, lost twice. Now, well, I say lost twice. They must have won this.
Because they're gonna have to flee anyway, and they're being pushed further into the direction of Boaster. They've also misread where some of the players are.
I mean, Boaster's killed everyone, right?
Absolutely nothing. Boaster now coming in with the timing.
Oh my god, it doesn't even matter. His one way's just allowing Alpha to kill it all.
Honestly, this round for Heretics has been a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, so the problem with set strats like this, and this is just a good example of like why demos matter, is this round here. First time they pulled it out, it complete masterclass completely wrecked, who the hell was it on? Completely wrecked Na'Vi. But then, trying it again, it's just, yeah, it's just such a tell. Look at him there. He's even tagged. He's even tagged there, and he just goes forward knowing that no one else is going to be following this up. They know where everyone is on the minimap.
But the problem I have is that both ults there from Heretics, it seemed like were used to delay, but the lockdown just ruined everything they were going for. Back into the round. Again, we're going to see a more passive position this time with the spams from Durka. Not going to try and fight them out in the open like last round. The thing is, though, Fnatic a very similar setup with 3 players towards that broken door. No opportunity for a rotation. And actually, the Nightfall is going to get quite a lot of info here.
Oh, it's also lighting these players low. That wild spray through. It doesn't land this time. Despite a little bit of damage being done, the Nightfall is most of what you were seeing on your screen, so it's all going to decay right back up. For Durka, no success on the spams, but he has declined any further.
A little bit of damage done. A little bit of damage done. They insert one over towards A. And I like the change up from Fnatic going aggro here. Might just see that camera. Oh boy. Hey, he did a lot though. He got a kill and gets double info in terms of 2. Shout out to Boaster here. He's not going to swing this though, right?
Now pushing up on
no, okay, I was going to say, there's no way Boaster would swing there, especially on the Omen.
Again, it looks like it will come down to Alpha.
Same kill setup for Alpha. It's been getting him a lot.
Has to give away his position as well. They're not deciding to isolate him.
They've been giving them a lot. Miniboo goes down to 50.
A lot of HP. Miniboo's down to 40. The push is delayed. The kill is clean and easy for Alpha Yair. Now repositioning for when this cage falls and he can take a fight, but Boo wins it. Everyone on the side of Heretics is tagged. 12
and
seconds
no
left.
plant yet, and the Odin gets into position. Wait. Shout out to Heretics on this one. They knew the most likely if they go here that the spam was going to come in, or they're going to try and enable the Odin spam. So it's one plant with a higher, lower face in it. It was good.
Gap. It's doable for this attack side to equalize at the half, and the credits are starting to run a little bit lower on Fnatic.
Yeah, it's not going to affect them massively this round. It might just leave Boaster with a weaker weapon, which has been quite a common theme, I'll be honest. We've seen that quite regularly in their matches so far.
And take op, he doesn't even want it.
I think we just heard Benji, that was him saying not to take the operator. So maybe going to go for something a little bit quicker in some of these rounds. Not having that in play. Okay, Durka. Miniboo's bit the dust again. There's been a back and
Oh my. Wait, how's he hitting that?
It's only ended in a trade.
Durka must be just like, what the hell? I mean, it was a lovely flash, dude.
Just clearing it out.
But
maybe even to open the door and meet up with his teammate, but Durka gets dropped. Granted, it takes almost the entirety of Heretics to get rid of him, but they do it in the end. And now they slow it, pump the brakes, and let Fnatic second guess themselves. B-site will
it's unlucky, yeah, pretty much. They add a lot of util as well, but you're not going to think that this guy full Omen Flash is going to be able to kill you there. Headshot pause. Life for all goes in, and their call is to create a bit of pressure towards B with the door opening.
Is back towards the C site. Leo's just rotated in on time.
From with all this util,
up top, to be honest, this is
it might wreck
not
them.
A position I think they'll be very ready for, but by the looks of things, Heretics are going back once again.
Yeah.
The Boaster just gets the smoke here.
But he doesn't have the gun to fight them with. It's going to have to be the retake once more.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on Chronicle here. There's one.
There is Chronicle. He's already picked up one, and again,
Boasty's even consider this?
Late rotation. Boaster, he's heard the steps. He knows that this is heading back to the A site, and gives the information over to Chronicle to reposition once more. This is getting right into the late round.
15 seconds. They get a fine plant though.
Those rotations. The fact is, though, they need a kill. They need to pick up one of these players. Chronicle would be ideal, and that's exactly the man they removed. Now the remaining 3 of Fnatic, all coming from a similar position. Wu up close, ready to brawl. First goes his way, but that's the trade of the player without the gun. Leaving it into a 2v2 scenario. Rien's stun is not going to connect, but he lands the shot anyway.
Kid is so good. Yeah, I mean, a 6-6 would be very impressive considering the start.
A very impressive Resurgence. 4 out of the last 5 rounds. The attack side's got their groove back. And on the side of Fnatic, yeah, slowing down, trying some new ideas.
What does this look like from his POV? Oh, it's just as the Omen Flash hits him. That's why.
Flash just a millisecond earlier could have changed the game. It's always easy to look back.
The credit I'll always give to Heretics, even though some of these late rotations do seem very risky, I love the fact that the whole team is always all in.
Yes.
Like there was never.
It's on Lotus defense. I mean, Fnatic normally win out their defense more than their attack.
This early battle, and again, Boaster has met the same fate. The showstopper.
But it should be relatively close still.
Miniboo just trying to clear angles at this stage, making sure they can't be caught. And well, it looks like Fnatic are going to need to win another clutch scenario as they're in a 3v5.
They even saw Alpha coming up with the trap, so flank is being watched, being held. Sends Alpha in the other direction. 5 players still alive, but they've lost the 2v5 in the past. They need to be careful. Position of Rien's is the main danger as they cross to sight. I thought timing would be what gave him the advantage, but in fact, it's just his cracked aim that brings it across the line. Still standing in position, stun ready on hand, pushes Alpha into the open, but still hits the shot. Rien's no trouble to be found until Leo steps up to the scene, but there's 4 players left. Losing a 2v5 is one thing, but if Leo picks up all 4 of these kills, that's one for the books. I don't think he's getting away with this, with a player just off angle being Miniboo, and the scrap through the boxes was all just a bait to get him to walk in.
I think, man, Heretics will definitely take this.
6-6. We get an
Go back of the Benji clutch. Yeah, the Benji clutch was massive, man.
Yeah, they had a really good early start, which has not been common for them. And Heretics have proven, okay, we can fight back in the late. Yeah,
they got annihilated there. The 3-person hold of A, when Heretics put 4 people A aggro, just didn't get him enough.
While he's doing it, and he will still be able to get his gun out and hit the headshot before they can. That's how clean this guy's aim is. That happened again in the round before where he's pushed.
Was it a good rubble fight? The problem is they've been taking rubble for free a lot of the time, so they didn't want to use as much util. So instead of dumping loads of util for no one to be there, they decided to not use as much util. Then they TP'd out and went aggro. The lack of util wrecked them, but it's one of those things where that's why conditioning is pretty important. And that's why mixing up's important as well. Because if Fnatic dump loads of util here, it's fine. But because they've been getting this for free a few rounds in a row.
They just cannot figure out that first half. They'll do it on attack, they'll do it on defense, they'll show weaker faces, and then they'll come through half two, completely different squad, and get out of their own way. I think that's how he put it in a lot of these games they've been playing against
Maybe
themselves.
He just needs to take
1-0 in terms of pistols.
Like 10-0 down,
it's half two, boys.
And they'll just play good all the time. Yeah, like, oh, there was something that goes on, so we have to play with a huge deficit. You know? Maybe someone used the cam. They
starting 7-1 down. Yeah. Don't worry, boys. Vivo Keeter back.
There.
Well, Heretics' defensive side now to be put to the test, and after a little bit of poking and prodding on the map, Fnatic are deciding to take this towards the A site, door to be open.
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to see a five-person retake here.
Heretics, I find it very unlikely that Boo starts to scrap on these angles. We'll see how much utility Fnatic expend on the actual site control. Already Paranoia is taken out of the round, and just take a look at the sidebar. There's basically nothing left, bar the refreshing utility in the late round, although it is a classics ghost round here in the pistol. We don't expect to see a ton of that supportive util.
I like this, though, the aggro smoke over towards heaven. What a nightmare to retake. Yeah, they double smoke this.
Just waiting. They're going to clear every angle other than where he is, because why would anybody be that far back? It may not matter, though. Already one comes in, there's Miniboo down. And they've still got to deal with him, just causing a nuisance while the rest of Fnatic fight on the side.
Yeah, this was cool from Fnatic, though. Like, all of this was good. We got wall to create a lot of pressure over towards B. It still has the gap to get him back over towards A. They get onto A for free, and it looked like with what they were doing, they realized that Heretics every time play retake on A on their pistols. Instead of Viper smoking over towards stairs, they throw it over towards heaven. If they tried to flood fast back over towards heaven, it's just constant smoke. Omen smoke into Viper smoke. And then Chronicle just chilling.
So they actually put Haunt above Rubble to clear. He was playing even further back, just almost knowing that they're methodical enough to check it and adding that to his repertoire of going even further back.
Double Sheriff out. And that's two people that have to buy light armor. Fnatic going for the FPX spy, so they're allowed 2 deaths. So, let's see how they get it. I mean, it pretty much means that these two can be human drones. Chronicle, Boaster can take some map control at one point.
On the defensive side, I'm curious as to how they'll be playing into that. We can already see that the trap setup for the second round is towards the B site. Having invested into those, giving them a much better chance if that's where Fnatic decide to crunch it. And with the camera up aggressively, there's a chance that they think the Cypher setup is C. It's maybe not worth pushing on a low buy and go running into this trap. In fact, the spike is shifting back to the right.
Try to break the camera that's normally here.
To find out where that defensive Cypher cam is. We saw a similar thing yesterday.
Yeah, spams.
They still haven't managed to find it. The problem is you've spent all the utility looking for that cam. The
These
can
4.
tell you they're there, but you just don't even have
These
the
4
weaponry
at
to really
30 seconds.
handle
That's
them.
really big. They pivot over towards B. 3 people here. Kill trip, kill trip. Oh man.
With an easy opener.
Yeah, just no vision block though. I like how teams are now approaching the Heretics comp, right? And this is something that I flamed a lot of teams for in the past, where they look at comps and they don't understand the weakness. Heretics, because we don't have the Viper, you got to think of what the Viper normally achieves. And the Viper always does this wall on defense. The main thing about this wall, or 2 main things about this wall, is you have heavy B, right? B vision is constantly blocked. When you create pressure everywhere, it means that we have to use Omen smokes, which means we don't have the Omen smoke to block this. So Heretics can't really late retake A Rubble, and they can't really defend B too well. I mean, it's literally the same game plan that Foot used against them.
Oh, never mind.
Double pistol for Fnatic.
Yeah, the minima is, I mean, it's a close second to the smite for worst skin in the game. 8-6, 2-round gap. Fnatic doing well as they find this round with 3 players left alive. A couple of credits farmed over, a little bit of reinvestment here, but most importantly, in the first half, they very much won. I believe it was the 3rd round off the back of Leo having his ult online. The Nightfall was used to counter out an aggressive B push alongside a Viper wall. Ton of value from that early ultimate. This time, the player farming those kills and plants early is Durka, showstopper. Now that can have a little bit
Benji again with these cams. Yeah, I mean, the eco from Heretics is pretty good here. Cam into 4 people. They had 3 people here with 2 kill trips. It was pretty much down to that first kill from Durka. If he loses that, the round in theory is done. But I also wonder how much Fnatic lean over towards B.
I wouldn't gamble on that happening twice. Pressure being placed onto Benji.
So they didn't lose enough, so their bonus is basically a full buy. And I mean, they have a better buy just because Durka has his ult. Camera spots 4 again.
He's got to be careful, really needs to get himself around that corner. Durka is going to go as far as he can, and it's not quite enough. They were very ready for that.
But that was
still has nades. Still has nades, still has Teva.
Durka keeps the control, deep nade, but the stun forces him back. In goes Miniboo, like a bottle rocket. But he's taken
and his team couldn't follow it up because of the nades. It's a great Omen flash. Alpha still has 1 molly. It's a good plant for Mounds. Dude, Fnatic actually looking good, man. Getting off to some strong starts. Double pistol, double bonus.
At this stage, we always talk about winning both pistols. It gives you like an 80% plus chance of winning the map. It's strong. Winning both pistols and both bonuses, it's got to be like a 95. Like, you got to be as high as it can get in terms of winning this. It's definitely not a good sign for Heretics, especially as they're the ones who picked this. And I genuinely, I can understand it. If this was last year, I would have called them crazy, unless they were loud. This year, it's been a map that has had problems, but it seems like Fnatic are improving as they go. The stars are definitely online today. Durka is one of them. He's definitely had more hit and miss performances than last year, but
poor guy.
He can be an absolute menace.
Poor guy, he's doing good though.
Deleted for Benji. Only that cam remains, as both trips are already gone.
Who's Cypher do I prefer on this map? Benji's or Forsaken's? Probably Benji on defense, Forsaken on attack. I like how much of a lunatic Forsaken is over towards B, to be honest. But I also think that their new comp on Lotus is just the one for how they play.
Check on the utility for Leo. You see his last Prowler leave his belt. Clears up the close angles. Did it not clear the close left? Ah, they're worried about the traps.
This is good. Map control into map control into send it over towards A. I'm going to keep an eye on... It's Chronicle smoke. Is this his smoke? Did they do the K-Corp smoke?
All rotating to the A site right now.
Dude, they're mixing it up a good amount. That spike. Whoa! Hold up. 20 seconds.
He's got another nade to deny them even further.
Oh my god, bro. Don't reload, it's the lucky clip.
Third kill was already low on HP. His brother's gonna chime in, and now it's left on to Chronicle. 9 seconds. Gonna try and bait him in, and well, it may not even matter.
And nicely done. I mean, what an absolute round from Miniboo. How many survived here? 2 or 3? Either way, they pick up the guns.
On the board, I was worried about them because I said if Fnatic keep it up, it's gonna be over pretty damn soon. I thought it would be the next round where we'd see a glimmer of hope for this squad. Running through a snake bite, vulnerable, hitting the second
2 people
headshot.
survived?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they hit some shots.
This guy is dueling for days on the side of Heretics. They've just been given a lifeline. Showstopper online coming into this round. Odin bought up by Woot. And on the side of Fnatic, Viper's Pit. If they get a plant, it'll be hard to push them out of that
and
spot.
Heretics thinking, well, they had a lot of success over towards C. We probably need to make sure that we can hold C.
Taking a lot of control, took themselves in the corner up close with Boo. The problem is they've committed a lot of players to this side.
Trying to pick up his smoke. Oh, he does. And he at least creates the question mark that he could be in this corner. So they got to worry about that a little bit.
Instead,
I've been enjoying how much Fnatic have been changing it up though. We had smoke over towards here, we had smoke over towards this on the pistols, and this over towards back A. Like, the amount of stuff Chronicle's doing is a lot, and now I guess we have the smoke over towards stairs.
utility with some pretty ratty cameras ready and waiting.
They have a person over towards B, so they can pivot to B at the moment. And like we said, B is a little bit weak against I mean, B is weak for Heretics. As simple as that.
The further aggression that would have been coming his way. Fnatic avoid the setup. As they move away from the A side into B, nade is used, but Viper's Pit up and in. Here comes the showstopper already. Past Chronicle, and he's got the angle up top. Beautiful positioning. Snakebite slows any further aggression, and Boo is caught through the pit. Even the aggression out of Durka. He's looking for that Odin.
Oh, I mean, that's...
Back, but Chronicle was dropped with the wall bang from Woot. Now looking for a
Nicely
little
done
more
from
damage,
Durka.
but not catching anything. With Durka awaiting him on the other side and the decay fading. Right,
win one, lose the next. Reset goes in. We got 1, 2, 3 that can't buy. Maybe. Oh, hold up. Whoa! Whoa! Dude, I was considering to talk about saving. How have they done this?
It's the flip of the script.
Wait, what?
We saw some crazy rounds won by Fnatic in the last half, and now Heretics have just stolen one of their own. I think I saw,
what happened? This guy gets spammed by the Odin.
He definitely needs it. The heart rate
Flash in. Everyone plays heaven. Boy, that stun was good though. Did they 3-person heaven?
Absolutely everything. And that's all muted. Good on the first. I saw let's go.
Good stun.
Some other words too. 1 round gap between them. What a recovery from Heretics. Like you said, Tom, not just losing both pistols, losing the 3rd round after as well. The follow-up. They come in
that
with
post
a
spawn, they kind of leaned into where the Viper all like spread to.
Take Nilzinho and Weber.
But I think that guy over towards, I mean, the guy over towards B main needed help.
Something you brought up. You've been tracking this for Fnatic.
Kiri, thank you so much, Kiri. Dude, 40 months, Kiri. You managed to get it working. Thank you for all the support, bro. That's, I think that might be one of the highest, if not the highest. I can't remember what max is on. Kiri, man, appreciate that. Dude, the tech boards, what's going on there? Nilzinho not at his seat again.
Will be an incredibly impressive victory for Heretics if they go into a map that, Fnatic have played 6 times already this season. So bear in mind, obviously they didn't go to the last international, so that's only kickoff and here. They've gone close pretty much versus everyone. I think the worst loss.
Yeah, I mean they all went there because of the Viper ult.
10 versus KC, and that was back at kickoff. Ever since
and then basically the Viper ult, the Viper got killed with the spam, and then it all fell apart. Then it's just 3 people in a bad position.
And then win the map. That would be insanity. It shouldn't even be possible. And for Fnatic, that would definitely be a questionable matchup, especially with some of their players performing very well. Like, there have been, almost lights out performance from Chronicle. Dirk has been online as well. But that's the thing with this Heretics team. I sort of said it earlier in the day. If they win this match, they will have beaten all of the top teams. Like, it's not like they've, by any stretch, had an easy route. They had to eliminate Na'Vi. They had to beat Foot.
I think Fnatic is struggling against the Cypher. A little bit, not too much. It's giving them nice info. The Cypher works well. Like, Heretics are using the Cypher cam well with how, like, slow and methodical Fnatic like to play it. I do just think there is a big buy round difference at the moment. Like when Heretics actually have money, they are winning a lot of the buy rounds. If you actually think of the rounds that Fnatic have at the moment, it's pistol into bonus like twice, right? So that's already 6 rounds. Then we had the Durka 2v5. Like the actual overall buy rounds, if you just separated them, Heretics are dominating.
Tweeted out about it, and someone went in on him. Told him he's there for clout. It's the only reason he was there. A long time ago. And Nilzinho always takes the opportunity to go back to that.
I hated Cypher on Lotus. I hated Cypher on old Lotus. I don't mind it too much on the new Lotus. I think there's so much more you can do now with once they open up the B, A, and C site.
That they're one of the best. But this could be the best, and what a way to do it as well. A competitive map, one that's good for Fnatic. They come in, they have a good start, they win the pistols, they win the 3rd rounds. That is a dead
Heretics have been winning some clutches as well. Yeah, that's true. But I still feel like their buy rounds are just way more convincing.
Of course, left with a little bit of time to think about it, I guess. It's not a bad scenario, I guess, for them, because they managed to win a round they probably shouldn't have done. It will be the Fnatic players that will be left stewing.
Foot can win today. I mean, I would say that Foot are favorites today. K-Corp is struggling. They've been exposed a little bit. They can't mid round. It looks fun to play against.
It is exciting to see them as well going back to that international stage. I think everybody expected the Well, basically, if you look at
I feel like
any predictions,
yesterday they were
including my own,
tilting a lot.
We would talk about, oh, who's going to be the team going to all those internationals with Fnatic? Like, that was always the talk. Them missing it at kickoff was genuinely mind-blowing. Like, I think that completely switched the script on how this year was going to go. And if we're being honest, Heretics were right near the bottom of everyone's list, because you had a lot of youngsters. They were going to have a lot of problems straight off the rip because they weren't able to have Woot playing because he wasn't old enough. That's another thing that's crazy.
The four guys in their
we're talking
pajamas,
about
man, they were so ready for today.
What, fifth
We've
game
already got 2
with the
tech balls
roster?
this first map.
It doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like that at all. It feels like he's been a mainstay within the league. A little bit of a
But yesterday, I mean, they just
because he's been using the Odin, which
their Lotus just got
I'll be honest, I'm not
exposed.
sure.
That's
Well,
it.
hold on.
I think it's good for a lot of people when you
The
are
Lotus
the
got exposed
Turkish
and they
aimer, when you're the
got
guy who
outplayed
hits
in the
every
second
one
map.
tap. Don't use the Odin.
Wouldn't you say Dirk is that guy though? Not the Turkish part, but the other bits. And he uses it pretty well. Maybe he just needs to learn to use it. Don't say like me with the Ares. I don't want to hear it.
I don't know. I think Woot has himself the better headshot percentage. I haven't looked, but I'm confident in it.
Okay, so on the desk did this a while ago. I want to ask you, who'd win in a 1v1?
You had to play equally
Woot,
comfortable on
Dirk,
Killjoy and
Dirk,
Cypher. You
Woot.
think you'd lead on Cypher on every map.
All in. All
Your
in.
bald brother thrown.
Apart
All right,
from Icebox, right?
All right. No, I'm glad.
I'm on board with that apart from Icebox. I think you got to have the delay on Icebox.
Well,
Cypher
Tom,
can be good for like a one and done
this has
win,
been a
but
bit of an extended
oh
pause.
no, why are
This
these
is
guys
never
back on
good.
camera?
Just seeing us in general.
Including Icebox.
These
You're a
things
crazy
happen,
guy,
Tom.
bro.
What can we do? I believe that this pause is going to go a little bit longer. Bit of
Why?
an
What's going on?
extended one while they work on things in the background. We'll get you more info on that in a little bit. Thank you to the folks coming out to sit with us here in the stadium. For now, we're sending it to the other side of the stadium, to our analyst desk. We're going to fill you in for a little bit. Enjoy, folks.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
Thank you so much. Yeah, let's talk about what already happened thus far in this match. Heretics are starting to pick up speed, pulling back after losing both pistol rounds. They've actually managed to gain some rounds after that.
Yeah, exactly. Tom was talking about it. It's already a good statement.
many
a good fact
Odins
that you win both pistols.
over here.
If you even manage to convert those bonus rounds, it's even better for Fnatic. But Team Heretics on the other side does not look defeated at all. It's not like they lost hope. I think that Neil, for example, had a very, very good pause.
There's teams on each
It
map
also
at the
makes you
moment.
think of,
It's
the
hard,
solutions that they
man.
try
There's
to
a lot that
find,
are flip-flopping.
during
I mean,
their
100
attack
Thieves
side,
bind
right?
is pretty
It really
comfy.
does. I mean, I think it's insane that you have Fnatic starting
But
out
the
with
only one I'm
4-0
feeling like
and to
really
beat a
good at.
5-1, The half ties up 6-6. Says a
I
lot
wanted, I
about
mean,
what Heretics
I
are
would have
bringing
said
to the
Paper
table
X on
with the
Sunset,
making.
but that got
Even
changed
putting
with Jin
Resurgence
coming in.
on that
They don't
operator
look
to
as strong.
lock down that seaside over towards Mound, giving more of that opportunity for that secondary calling for the rotations after Heretics were making so much noise over towards A, even pushing and pulling over at that B side as well and drawing those rotations away.
And even hoping at some point, right? Because one
Paper
of
X
the problems that
Lotus?
they were finding onto C was Alpha Year having brilliant
Nah,
setups that were
man.
slowing them down.
Chat, relax
lot.
yourselves a little
Little
bit.
replays,
Give
because
it
obviously,
give
Matrix
it
on
to
the
a
house,
team
so,
once
we
they've
decided
seen some
they
demos.
decided to run a lot of
Let's
it.
see how that
He
looks
loves
on
it.
defense once we got a
He
team
loves the
that can
arrows
anti
more,
a little bit
but,
better.
yeah, I think that it's been
It's strong on
happening
attack,
for a
though, don't
very
get me
long
wrong.
time how the Odin has been using this in this map. I think we understand why, especially after
It's
seeing
only
Dirk
one.
get
It's only won
such a
twice so
win in
far, right?
Yeah, I mean, especially like as that counter over towards like the ledge that you have on the seaside on towards top site. It's so wall bangable.
Lazen with 16. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the 3 months.
On default, but then you also have to
Foots
consider the fact that
Lotus is
I've
the
been
best.
one of
It was
those
just a fluke
interviews
against
as well that
Heretics.
we
Okay,
had
bro.
With Fnatic over this past week was them
Okay.
chatting about the fact that they're just throwing everyone on the Odin now, so you kind of have to guess.
1
as
minute.
to
Love
who's
that, Zil. Thank you for the heads
actually
up.
holding it. I know it's insane. I don't think we ever really expected Durka to be satcheling in as a raise with this gun.
So here's the thing. So to give you a little bit more context, so you understand that it's not only that it does damage across the walls, and for also people that might not
Let that
understand
chatter
why it's so
cook. Yeah, I
powerful
mean,
in some
he might be
instances.
right. He might be
In
right.
most of those
Heretics
entryways,
didn't win a
you need to
pistol.
think that,
Still dominant.
They have a Killjoy
Yeah, you might be
and
right.
a Viper. So the Viper molly applies vulnerable. So for a few seconds, they take 4 times as the damage that they would take, right? So if you, for example, at the beginning of the round,
Viper over
want to take
Killjoy on
that
Ascent,
angle,
I think
if
it's pretty
you combo
even.
it with one of those mollies,
I think it's
you
pretty
would,
even.
You know, most likely deal a little damage, maybe even get that kill.
Zilv?
With the
Yeah,
Killjoy-
Zilv's the
with
observer.
Killjoy, the alarm bot, if
Is it tech
triggers
pause?
and,
Yes.
catches someone, the same vulnerability is
Elmo
applied.
Paddy against
So it
Genji would
is
be a cool
lot of damage,
storyline.
and
Ah,
that's
it's at
what
least
we,
something to talk about, yeah.
You know, besides the fact that it
Thing
can
is,
shoot
the
wall,
roster's pretty much changed, though.
helps very much retaking spaces and helping with the post one. There is a lot of other reasons why the Odin is so good in this map.
I'm pretty sure we haven't seen the last of it. We're now getting ready to get back into the game anytime soon, and for all the action once.
What are the chances of Foot using the same Lotus comp today? It's probably pretty high. I'm not sure they have a backup comp. That's the issue.
Very much, folks. Appreciate you stepping in to fill that. Take a little bit of weight off our back.
It might be their actual comp that they've been running in prac all the time, and not just a cover up one and done like they said it was.
A crazy comeback. They've been behind. Fnatic seem to have everything.
Round.
But this is the thing.
Maybe they waited until they did the fast loss. Yeah, that can be a thing also. Okay, where the hell are we? We got 2 rounds in a row. This was the 2v4. And with that, Money is in a really low spot, especially for Fnatic. I mean, Heretics win this. It's pretty much 10-9. The big round. Alpha 1 away from his orb, so C orb at the moment is something to fight over. That's why Heretics go aggro. Free A control. I mean, Heretics got a lot of map control right now.
Poking and prodding around this B area for some counter spams from Boaster to deny that C aggression. Hasn't done a lot of damage, but I love and applaud the idea.
Yeah, much slower take at this point. Chips being moved, Benji still spotting.
Dude, look at Heretics, man. Heretics are like, well, got early info. They can only go B right now, so 3-person stack with a trip. Dude, I love this, man. This whole late camera check into look at the numbers. And they keep checking the camera once they do util to get an idea of numbers. Camera goes in, it sees 3. And you can't really fake after that, so you got 3 people over towards here. Do we have anything for this? Literally, I mean, the only thing on their comp is a nade. Fnatic get into sight, and they have all util.
Plant is being secured as we speak. Big
Oh, they messed up.
Heretics are going to attempt it. The stun has pushed them.
Oh, they messed up.
In goes Durka. Good for 2 somehow.
Or not. Apparently not, bro. Still got a plant. Yeah.
Now they should have plenty of time. Benji Fishy trying to be the thorn
Still
in the
got a
side.
plant.
Kill from Miniboo. Durka's low.
2v5.
2v5.
Oh man, we can't have this. We can't have this many times on one map.
Some damage done to each player. It makes it somewhat easier. But he has
Oh my god, it's another 2v5. Why is Benji always involved in them? Okay, so Fnatic had their own 2v5, then we had a 2v4 and a 2v5. Yeah, and so I thought they originally messed up when they didn't get their plant, right? And then they fell off, and then we had like, what, 10 seconds left? And, I mean, let's see the shots.
They came into this season picking up young Turkish superstars.
Benji's a god, bro.
In the tier 2. I'm picking up a Fortnite guy who went into streaming and then came through the tier 2 as well.
Oh man, look at that.
At the moment, he's looking like their best player. It's truly impressive how good he has been.
Okay, and you would imagine this pauses to go over towards B. It's the game plan that worked for Foot. The C is getting wrecked by this camera. There's probably 2 things right now. Early A control, or I would just be sending it heavy into B. Like if I'm Fnatic right now, I'm leaning heavy into B. A control into B. I don't even care about C anymore.
So many different ways. 18 and 10 up against one of the best teams in the world.
Mini stress doodling, dude, just practicing drawing slugs. Yeah, either that or he's just writing. So that was a 2v5, and then he's just thinking, well, we lost a 2v4. What else? He's just trying to tick them all off.
Are you sure he's
crazy?
I'll be honest, I'm the one that called it. I had to see, but we've been assured.
Mortal Motions, thank you with the 5 months, man.
Fairly, but it doesn't look like it. 9-9, tied up after pistol wins and follow-throughs. Fnatic are now no longer in the lead, and not even in a good position economically.
Okay, aggro A into a B pivot, probably the most likely.
But a big rocket in the back pocket, that could be what turns the tide.
Stinger, dude, 4 Stingers and a Guardian. Not too bad for a low buy.
This early brawl.
Oh my.
He's on his last legs already. Durka has just gone though. He is sent.
Durka is absolutely sent it in, and Leo needs to shoot that trip.
Nade will slow any form of rotation for now.
Whoa, what a weird round.
It's decent, but it doesn't even matter. It's just going to be the 2 kills coming through.
Bro, one of the weirdest rounds. Aggro take a B, get control the Hobbit, and then try crunch over towards this area. So we're trying to like split over towards A. But dude, they have so much B control, and in theory, if they get good afterplants, they can't retake B. They should just be taking that space and using it.
Did it work? No, quite clearly not. But the idea to have Durka go aggressively on B, start to get those players who are pushing up Rubble every round to come.
I mean, I
back
like the
and start that
idea.
support
Like
play.
this idea is something new.
And then the nade goes through. It forces them back. Well, it forces Miniboo forward, unfortunately, but the rest of them go back straight into 3 players who were pushing up on A. Whether you want to blame it on weaker weapons or what I've seen is shot again and again by Heretics, they find the win. They put it now 10-9, a 1-round lead.
Oh,
And an aggressive
oh
stance
boy.
that is denied
Yeah, and
by
he,
Durka.
I mean, he hit a shot. Maybe didn't land fast enough.
I will say Durka's come out on top most of the time. I don't mind it though, it's disruptive from Heretics. It leaves them a man down, however. Around where Fnatic are coming in with the buy, they've still got that showstopper from the last. Leo is 1 away as well, so I assume he's going to be the one taking the orb here to get that Nightfall.
Look at them looking for the camera.
Showstopper, one of
Everyone's
the
to shoot in the wall.
combinations, just because of the fact that you can get that information. They may not even need it. They're going straight through,
Ooh,
just putting
and
that
they
pressure
don't
onto
use
Benji.
Dark as all.
Fact is though, he's just holding for now.
Patient play.
Do
He knows he's
they
got backup.
fade or
They can't
swing?
push up without someone spotting. Rianne's caught behind the wall. The Nightfall in.
Oh, fade or back. I was going to say, this guy must be tempted to use his ult.
Showstopper pop by Durka looking for
Dude, you can see the trails.
The trails
Nice.
and the shot is good. Boo is down. Benji Fishy only good for 1. This is a much better round from Fnatic now with full control.
Yeah, but I mean, how many times have we seen him in a 2v4? The issue is the Benji's dead.
And almost take down the Viper. 35 HP left on Chronicle. It seems somewhat doable. They need to
Not
find
again.
these opening picks. That's a good one with a stun right after. Rianne's moving around the snakebite that just faded. But no flashes for him. A Prowler for Wood is all they've got to work with. 1 flash could make all the difference. Instead, it has to be dry peaks and fights that will not be
All
won.
good. Shout out to Duck here.
Guaranteed by
Used a
Durka
lot of
with
ults
his
on this one, though.
4th kill onto Rianne's as we equalize things yet again.
Yeah, he's been having a fantastic game. Now moves himself up to the top of the board, 21 and 14, but a lot of this round was off him alone, like finding that opener. He then takes the space. I really like the way they use the Nightfall, because a lot of the time you're gonna have Nightfall in and he'll chase it with the showstopper. If there's no one there, you've used 2 ults and you got the site. Okay, you got the site. But instead, he takes the space of the site.
Where they save him
just
Prowler.
off his own
The
back.
problem is he's
And then they
expecting a
put the
double
Nightfall
peek at
through,
one
so he
point. So
guarantees
the
a
moment you
kill.
get
He knows
util
there's
out
gonna be
there,
someone there. They're not
there's a
gonna
good
allow him
chance
to
you
have
get
that
double
cypher free.
peeked. It is just safer to just have your
Slightly
gun out.
delayed take, but
Especially if there was
it
no
works for
util
them.
vision blocking
Still,
this angle.
Heretics have been climbing back. Finance is still good. Now they have that
Woot is
opportunity.
heavy
Woot,
committed.
though, is going to come under some serious pressure.
Whoa.
Not with the Odin this time.
Yeah, and they wanted to
so he's
crunch
taking a bit
over
more of a
towards
risk
C.
with some of the
This guy ain't getting out of here.
He's won that one out. I don't know if he's going to be able to escape from here. That's going to be much more difficult. Everything being thrown into that corner, and eventually he's taken down.
Yeah, just a straight
Yeah,
shot.
just an
He
extra
put a
shot
low
there.
on
I
the
like what he
snakebite
did
to
though. He
finish.
tanked it a lot, knowing that everyone's going to be spamming early for him to get out of there.
Downside, right, of having
Just
that
the fact
player
that,
there, even if
Chronicle
Miniboo
hit a
can
bullet
blast
on him.
back out, you'll often see Jets there. You'll see Boo.
What's their actual money?
Fnatic, Boaster was the
Yeah,
player
this
in
is
those
a
positions
disaster
because he had the
round.
Shrouded
11.
Staff just to bail, but
This is a giant round.
even with smokes up, it's not going to be enough a lot of the time. Team Heretics fill in the space of the player lost with 2 towards the A site. B site double stacked up on as well, despite the camera being there to spot. And all the while, Fnatic have set their
What is
sights
this
on
C
the wide
gamble?
open site. The undefended one on C, and the post plant has been strong for this squad.
Are they thinking they'll just hear the person trying to shoot the camera? They'll know if they're near B. Ain't near C. Oh, they're very far away for this retake. Boaster gets over towards the site and still has his Omen flash. And Miniboo has his ult. Not the best backup gun for it, so he might switch.
And a couple of smokes, so there's a hell of a lot of utility available in this scenario for Heretics to use. But just look at where Fnatic are going. They're almost playing completely outside of the site.
And for good reason. That showstopper is about to be used. Miniboo now won't find
Oh,
an
they
easy
clear
target.
so
Even
much.
swinging towards
Smoke
now,
to
it's a
block
hard angle
vision.
from, goes
Nade
to
to
the
go
wall
in.
back.
Insta touch of the
Does
spike.
damage,
We'll
it's
keep an
not
eye on
enough.
this.
Shot
Whoa!
landed,
Boaster just
Barcelona,
annihilated the guy on
showing
planning.
up here.
Diffusing, sorry.
Miniboo's all alone. 1v3 up in hand. It's not the weapon for this fight.
Yeah, and shout out to
situation
whoever
he sees
pinged
as winnable.
this. Also, Boaster
away to
here,
save
he
the
planted a
weapon. Fnatic
little
claim
bit
themselves
more
an 11
forward
and a lead
than
back
you
in
do
their
see,
hands.
so maybe an easier spam.
Good overall calls in this round. Like,
I mean, shoutouts. I don't know if he pinged or if it was the person who was dead, but looked like the ping was on. Just a blind kill, right? Double blind kill with the ping. Oh, he's just in front of the smoke. Okay, the smoke. Chat, the smoke could have been way better. I thought the smoke was way better than that. It was really short. It was over here. I'm thinking he's doing this through a smoke. Just has full vision.
That there most certainly are.
So two people take a hit. Range is one of them, and Miniboo has no Omen Flash.
But a Sheriff to work with. He shouldn't be the one fighting first anyway, so... Oh, this paranoia. It's absolutely perfect. It's pushed them back. It's denied the aggression. It's burned a flash out of Rienz as well. The Aftershock even used a lot of utility out of the hands of Heretics for no real control. They haven't got rubble. In fact, they realize they have to concede it.
Definitely leaves them with a problem. They put Miniboo in space over on C just to make sure that Fnatic can't go for the same rotation.
Sorry, Boo. Did I say Miniboo?
Like they're going to push up on B as well.
Their names are too similar.
To just sit back and let the ground go the other way. But even with the two-man
How does a higher lower lose this?
Spray down both. It leaves that B site wide open. It leaves Miniboo walking up.
I mean, it's not a proper high lower. It's just double stack, but
They might just walk directly into him. But with an operator from this position, I don't know how many kills he can expect to get.
Well, nothing, as they're not even walking towards him.
a big gamble at the moment over towards A, and the call to go B is perfect.
To the left side, smoke up top. Only right that they've got it clear, and now with the door open, a potential challenger steps up. Miniboo.
Still 20 seconds, they got to get past this guy.
The door to close, but he's going to swing it right back open. Even still, Dirk has already bypassed him, caught himself a kill. Now Miniboo doesn't want that fight, but the door.
Oh, and he doesn't get to save the op.
The chance to shut him down and put 12 on the board for Fnatic. Now 2 in a row for Heretics. Just to claim an overtime.
Alpha? Yeah, this is an insane round for him.
From worse positions.
I mean, this.
Oh, and Analyst flawless as well, though, for Fnatic. This was unfortunate. They hit the headshot, and then every other bullet goes astray.
Yeah, they hit the headshot, and the other guy sidestepped instead of just going for it.
Not letting any more of the rounds slip that we saw earlier, and you even look at the
right, 2 chances to end this, and with double pistol, I still think Heretics have done pretty decent. A lot of massive hero rounds as well. But
have what it takes to force this over the line, but it's safe to say Heretics are not going to give this one up without a fight.
This is dangerous. We saw the orb picked up by Alfier. If they claim site control, he'll be planting, and they'll be finding themselves. A nice lockdown afterwards to push these players out of position, buy more time. Durka shut down, and so too is Chronicle. No Viper's Pit anymore. Woot onto Boaster as well, and never mind the plant. Can't even get on the site. A jump up top now leaves
that's
Leo
insane, man. That's insane, isn't it?
When they're backed into a corner, Heretics answer up 11
absolute
rounds
shots
now,
from Benji.
One for that overtime.
It's just ridiculous after losing 3 rounds in a row. It's just an Andaluthia flawless that brings them back into the game again.
What is this guy? Yeah, he's a beast, isn't he?
Today, because we've had quite a few of these rounds. Benji as well, just
whoa.
A pixel is all he needed. The flash comes in just seconds.
His fast bullet accuracy is so good, man. It's so satisfying watching people like him with a Guardian.
But you've also got Chronicle and Dirk is still going. They come
right,
with the
one last chance.
With the rifles.
One last chance to try and do it. They got some good ults. Killjoy ult to get him away from sight. Viper ult to win the after plant.
This is their chance for 13-11, a regulation win. Previously, I believe it was.
Are they going to do damage Teva?
In favor of Heretics when it got to that OT. They turned up when they needed to. Lockdown is used in this round as we see Fnatic take control, but look how quickly Heretics are right
try and fast flood. Don't give them a chance to use their Viper ult. This is unbelievable from them. Loved it. Great call.
For another overtime on this map. It's a nightmare for them. Even with the pistols and the follow-ups, they can't put it across the line in regulation. Short of a big clutch from Leo and Alfier, it's going to be the case yet again. 55 seconds, spike down on B. No real utility to get them through. If that reveal even manages to find a player, I'd be surprised. There's 4 guns on the site ready to fire.
Pull off something truly absurd, and it is not even going to be remotely close. OT on map #1. Both these teams able to dig deep when it seemed like they needed it most. And honestly, this map has been an absolute banger. It seems to just swap.
Dude, the satchel to get fast back into here, dude, the util dump is great.
And there's been so many as well that could have been, and then resulted in a 2v5.
Yeah, it's such a perfect call, because worst case situation there, they pretty much find the Viper as the Viper's ulting, and they get to see everyone in the areas that the Viper ult will cover before it like spreads. Oh, it was strong. Okay, 2 chances fully done, and Fnatic double pistol, double bonus. Heretics been winning more buy rounds, and now we go into an overtime where it's all buy rounds.
Wise man once said the past can be a great teacher.
It's been a lot of it's been a lot of hero plays in this overall game. Benji's been nuts.
Down to 58 HP.
Still fighting though.
Yeah, it's surprising to see him still spamming right back. It's only a matter of time before Woot's in that position up top on platform to fire right back. Durka predicted it.
I thought that would have got him.
Spammed it ahead of time. We're getting into the mind game territory with these Odins. They're not worried about Durka anymore. They know they're all in safe positions, waiting for the wider peak. Eventually, you've only got 300 bullets. I mean, it's a lot of bullets, but you're running out of them.
Durka goes forward.
Someone has to peek and confirm there's still players here. The Prowler.
Yeah, trying to get a kill off of it.
Durka, it's so close.
Trying to get a kill off the Prowler.
When you're this low on HP, but he gets the kill anyway.
Oi, nice movement. Does get out of there. Just trade. No trade. The Prowler behind. Mini boot 10 HP, 3 and 3, but swoop.
But the aggression of Woot with his Odin is not going to stop. He's stuck in the mud though. Already the trades just continue.
Doesn't hear the guy fall at the back.
2 versus 2. Chronicle might have taken the angle earlier than expected. Now Woot is left to try and clutch this out. Still that Odin in hand.
I mean, how'd you beat this guy holding this angle with this gun? Whoa! Okay, what the hell is that, dude? I guess that's how. What the hell? He pre-fire him.
Just about by a whisker.
Just about indeed. This could be the first time they take it in OT. Like I said, they either smash a team or they lose.
He pre-fire him. What even is that? This is a fast peak.
Ambitious, and it worked out. It pulled them into the site. In all these fights where Boaster's able to pick up that one more great reveal. It's good to see Leo following up on his own.
Oh,
utility.
that's fast, man.
Fine, I'll do it myself. 13 to 12. One more now for Fnatic to be going into Breeze, their map pick, with the advantage already under their belt.
Alpha gets the op out on attack. So he's got a Killjoy turret, he's got a molly, and he's got the op. Dude, they're not going to expect a attack op.
Funny, really, that you'd say in buy rounds, Heretics have been better. You lose the first 3 rounds of each half and still take it to OT. But that's the thing with Fnatic. They're always the best in the late game. You might be able to get it all the way to 12. But when Fnatic are in the server,
the op's going to work here because they've just been using camera to get info. So it's not like him setting up for a jump peek doesn't really change too much.
The paranoia is good. He doesn't have any plans to get out of here. He's trying to stick around. In fact, he's got a couple. Almost disrespectful. They expected him to try and retreat, but he wants to take this round into his own hands. They are still trying to deal with him. And in the meantime, the rest of the squad has arrived.
Man.
That smoke as well, sectioned off these players.
Oh boy.
Let the fight be taken deeper, and with kills under his belt, Rianz has the ult to work with on the orb. Easy stuff.
This is a nicely handled round. Shout out to Boo here.
Luthia flawless, robbed of it by Rianz going down, but hey, I don't think they're going to care too much. 13 to 13, and they get another swing at this.
I think it's just absurd as well. Like, you can't really blame Fnatic for not expecting him to try to retreat. I think
Boaster was so sure he's on top of the...
Well, it wasn't even that. You saw Boo
on top of Rubble.
By the paranoia, he thought, oh, he's probably using this to Shrouded Step up top. Yeah. It's either away or up top.
Just
so
pauses
I'm gonna
this.
Look up top. He comes out of the smoke, looking up there, gets shot in the side of the head. He's still stood in the same place he was. It's ridiculous, but he made the decision. At some point, running away will just give them the opportunity to chase you. And I don't know that there would be teammates close enough.
DJ, yeah, just for EMEA.
He stands his ground. He'll die for the cause, and well, he doesn't even end up doing that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I guess.
Thanks for checking, though, bro.
How
would I change the Odin? Damage or fire rate? Probably fire rate, man. Fire rate's really strong with tagging.
So it's understandable. Heretics now.
Any of those is good.
Going to take themselves a pause. Neil, one of the coaches that has been able to make Masters events with multiple different teams. Weber being alongside him in it. This duo has definitely proven themselves.
I think Fnatic will use Anders for Shanghai. I'm not even sure. Just, I mean, new coach, so it might be a bit of a different system, so they maybe don't want
What have they got for us here?
Anders back for it. I don't know. Mini speaks very highly of how Anders thinks about the game. It's very good to have someone that has like a unique way of viewing the game, and I think his way of viewing the game is definitely unique, and I think it has a lot of legs.
Abu's not afraid to go for that challenge up and around Rubble.
So I don't know. I don't know if it fits in with how Alma works it, but I definitely know that Mini loved working with Anders. Like Mini would work with Anders again within a heartbeat for sure.
Rattling away. Same old play that you're up against here for Team Heretics. They know, and this one's typically played out.
I think having someone like Anders is good for like, especially when new maps happen.
Make sure if there isn't someone on B that there has to be.
What's his way, bro? You should watch one of his YouTube videos. It's some weird, it's some weird Magic the Gathering kind of view on the game.
A good sense of how Fnatic like to play this defensive side. They've watched them and how they like to breathe these rounds, and so far everything's going according to plan for Heretics. The dash in is perfect. In fact, the flash might even have just revealed him for Miniboo. 5 versus 4, Chronicle surrounded and taken down, and the sight is
Wait, Woot's been having a quiet game, but that is some big impact right there.
2v5.
Yeah, with Nightfall, there's not going to be any surprises, although Alpha does get an opportunity.
Well,
nice shot from
would have to be something incredible.
No shields to play with, so he's even lower than you might expect, considering he hasn't taken any battles. First goes his
Respect.
way.
All right, Heretics' first chance.
In the armor
try and finish this.
Heretics. They'll take themselves the lead.
That's about 3.
Opportunity to convert.
There were a few points along the way here, Tom, where I was close to saying hope was fading for Heretics. 5-1 pistol round and third in the second half as well. The 9-6 lead.
They might call you a heretic for that.
But for Heretics, they've somehow kept themselves in it. In the darkness, you have to give yourself hope. And look, they've done that. One more round to claim their map pick and put Fnatic into a very familiar situation with an OT loss on
They're
Lotus.
going to Shanghai. This game means nothing. Dude, literal extra champs points. And, okay, I don't mean to shit on you, bro, but that couldn't be any further from the truth. Okay, first of all, champs point, right? So that's pretty big in itself, but let's just ignore that for the moment. First seed literally secures you top 8. You don't have to play all of the games that could potentially be up to 5 games, so 5 best of 3s you could avoid literally going into playoffs, and then you get to pick who you potentially play as well. So you get 5 best of 3s that you don't have to play, roughly 10 to like what, 8 days to practice and make sure you have all your new stuff, and you get to choose who you play against. And you can then potentially win 3 more points on top of it, not including the extra 3 points that you would get for winning. So literally 7 points on the line. And 8 extra days, 5 best of 3s that you don't show. You couldn't be further wrong, bro. I'm sorry to do that. I'm sorry to do you like that, but that's crazy.
But they have the same points value as kickoff, so they'll be matching up to the likes of KC.
It'll be interesting as well to see, because to my knowledge at least, there's the video out from Leo Faria and Bill Pan, right? And they said in that there'll be more information later. So we're not entirely sure how that's even going to pan out in terms of if 4 teams come in as the top seed of the region.
It's only 3 best of 3s, but is it not 8 teams? Is it not 8 teams and Swiss? Or is it 4 groups of 2 Swiss?
Many other options as well. For these teams, they don't know exactly what they're competing for just yet. All they know is they need those wins under their belt to give them the best possible chance to push forward on the international scene and here in regional. Already locked in for Shanghai, both of these squads. The pressure's off in terms of elimination, but a road straight to grand finals would be much appreciated by either squad, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm also certain as well that, especially for the Heretic side, if there's a trophy on the line, they're gonna.
Either way, either way, it's huge, man.
Especially after kickoff, falling in the final after losing to a team they already beat. I don't think they're gonna want to allow that to happen again. So getting that first spot it's going to be integral, and you also have to bear in mind the teams that are down in the lower bracket. Like, you're looking at KC, you're looking at Foot, teams that both of these teams have had to play throughout the season, teams that are solid.
Odds of beating Buchanan and Scrap, dude. I think he used to do boxing or something. It's not a chance. We'll give Bacon that win.
We know the sort of performances they've been bringing all season. One of the 2 teams that managed to go 4-1. Unfortunately, Heretics already sent the other one home. Definitely a bit more brutal. But for now, at least, to get our heads back into the game is down to 1 round.
Bacon has the dog in him, yeah.
Things get tough.
Plus, he's had a rough 2 years, man. That's a lot of pent-up frustration there.
We've seen crazy clutch moments from the likes of Chronicle and Durka in particular within this series, but let's be real, any of the 5 on that Fnatic squad could easily turn this back.
Do you think playing in groups could give some type of advantage to teams? Not really. People say it to get experience and to get used to the stage, but they always change stage going into like the last 4 teams anyway. You get warm up for 1 or 2 days on the stage. It does help for younger players though. The younger players, like, for sure. Like, it's at least like a good way of coping with it. Alright, so dude, how come every time there's a timeout there's a tech pause after? What goes on here?
For Heretics, so no matter what, they have to commit a player to watching that angle, making it easier to push into a site, in theory. But Heretics have decided on top of that to rotate their second B player to the C site. Now Rianz is here, quicker resulting utility from Rianz.
Double stack.
Now it's down to just rifles.
Oh my god.
Miniboo are doing the brunt of the work. Alpha sneaking in, almost had an angle, but they spotted him.
Heretics had such a read on this.
One ends, an hour and 20 minutes.
Respect, man. They win on map and they lost double pistol. That's hard to do.